Yo, what's going on guys? Today I want to talk about weight loss, more specifically the secret weapon to weight loss. Something that a lot of people do not factor in, don't consider, some people might not even be aware of it, but it is something that, especially if you have been losing weight recently, maybe your results have started to slow down, or maybe you've hit a plateau, this is something that you definitely want to consider, keep in mind, because it makes a massive difference. So let's dive into it. First things first, before we go any further, it should go without saying that in order to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. I have done a video on this, you can find this linked on the channel. I never know which way to point. Basically, I'll link it there and in the description. Check that out. That is a video on weight loss and weight gain made simple, basically explaining the concept of calorie deficit. That is a must. It is a prerequisite for losing weight. If anybody tries to tell you that it doesn't work, it doesn't apply, don't listen to them, run the other way. If somebody tries to tell you the carnivore diet means you can eat as much as you want and calories don't matter, they also have no idea what they're talking about. Calorie deficit is the foundation of weight loss. You need to be in one if you want to lose weight. Additionally, this video is not about something like fat loss pills because they also are not important. By the way, those are not fat loss pills, I just needed something to try and illustrate my point. What I want to talk about is a concept known as NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's a fancy word, we just call it NEAT. NEAT is effectively all the calories burned from movement that is not prescribed exercise. What do I mean by that? When you are going about your day and you choose to go to the kitchen to get a glass of water, stand up to take a phone call, go to the toilet, when you're sitting playing video games and you sit there fidgeting, maybe you get uncomfortable and you reposition in your chair. Anything like that is basically movement that we do throughout the day subconsciously a lot of the time, but it's not part of our prescribed movement. It's not going to the gym. The gym is something we plan, we go there, we move, you account for that. NEAT is everything else. And this is very important because, of course, we live in a day and age where it's very easy to not move. You can pick up a phone or go on your app and then you can order food direct to your door. You can use Uber Eats and Deliveroo. We can order things from Amazon, have them next day delivery, same day delivery sometimes. You can pick up your phone and ask Siri to tell you the weather without having to physically type it in and be like, what's the weather in London? You know, there's even things like that where it's removing finger movement that you would normally do. Even things down to, you know, sitting on the sofa, watching Netflix, especially the past couple of years where a lot of people have been working from home, a lot more people are desk bound. A lot more people are sitting at their desk for a long portion of their day. Even down to things like going out and taking the elevator over the stairs. All things like that, they add up, and our modern day life is kind of about just making things easier, which inadvertently reduces a lot of movement. Now, this is important because this also goes hand in hand with weight loss. See, your body is clever or sneaky, however you want to sort of think about it. Your body effectively wants to preserve energy. So at the beginning of your process, you'll be in a calorie deficit and you start losing weight and you're like, great, this is awesome, this is working, fantastic. And then over time, as you become lighter, as you lose weight, you lose fat, and of course your calories are lower, your body's like, I don't have as much energy, I'm kind of tired. Let me be sensible and let me try and conserve some energy. So then you'll start making subconscious choices to not do things. Maybe if you're sitting down and you're like, I kind of want to drink, but then you'll be like, I'll get it later, I'm not that thirsty. Maybe you're playing video games and you stop fidgeting. Maybe you get uncomfortable in your chair and instead of moving, you're just like, I'm not that uncomfortable, fine as it is. And then you start to think like, all right, today I'm gonna take the elevator instead of the stairs. I'm gonna park closer to the supermarket so I can walk in. You start to do a lot of things subconsciously, which inadvertently reduces your overall movement throughout the day, which has a compound effect because then that reduces your calories burned, and thus you see where you begin to slow down with your results. There was even a study where it goes to show that people that work more active jobs can burn up to 2,000 calories more than somebody that is living a sedentary lifestyle at their desk. Hardly a surprise, but it's important to keep this in mind because as you begin to lose weight, as you begin to make progress, which is fantastic, you need to stay on top of your movement because if you don't, it's very easy for your NEAT to basically begin to drastically reduce to the point where you do start questioning, what am I doing wrong? I'm still eating less, I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm still going to the gym. Why is it that I'm not seeing results? And more often than not, it is down to your NEAT. So the question is, how do you combat that? Are you supposed to start tracking how much you fidget and planning to fidget? No, nothing like that. But this is where things like step counters can come in. There's nothing magical about the number 10,000 steps. It's not like an arbitrary number whereby once you've done 10,000 steps, you magically fall within this special fat burning bracket. No, it's nothing like that. But 10,000 steps for most people, if you don't work like an active job, is high enough where it's something you need to actively aim for. You don't kind of passively do it if you spend most of your day sitting around. So often, just tracking your step count is a good enough way to make sure you're still maintaining your baseline level of movement, because again, don't forget, steps don't just have to be from actively going on a walk. Walking up and down the stairs, walking around, standing up to take a phone call and pacing up and down the hallway, anything like that can add up. And as you begin to lose weight, as you begin to lose fat, as you begin to make progress, keeping track of this is definitely a very useful tool, because in the same way that you would weigh yourself every single day and take averages, you check your progress in the gym to see if you're lifting more each week, you also kind of want to keep track of your steps or your just daily movement, because this is a good way to sort of ensure that your NEAT isn't drastically dropping. If say for a period of 1 or 2 weeks, suddenly you're like, I've only done about 1,000 steps a day, and your results are starting to slow, the combination of both, you can begin to see where you're going wrong. So effectively, that is your secret weapon, NEAT. Basically, move. Move around, do stuff, jump up and dance if you want to, whatever it is, just make sure you're still moving. Because otherwise, you're probably doing everything else right. You're probably tracking your calories, you're probably losing weight, you're probably training, you're probably ticking all those boxes, but if you are forgetting this one important thing, that might just be what is standing in your way. So, hope you guys found that helpful. I want to do a quick video on this today because this is a topic that often isn't spoken about as much, and if you don't know about it, it is basically like going to fight a boss without one of your key abilities. If you don't have it, you can still do it, but it's going to be a lot harder. So, if you guys have any questions, by all means let me know in the comments down below, but otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one.